Guys, hot take, AP classes were not useful at all. Here's why. As a person who took like 15 AP classes all throughout high school, the only thing that it really helped me with is my GPA. All the Indian parents, they're all like, oh my god, you need to do AP this, AP that, AP that, then you're gonna be ahead in college, blah, blah, blah. However,
she said the only thing that they help you with is your GPA. And having worked in an admissions office, I'm just gonna say that GPA carries a very strong weight when it comes to the admissions process. It can impact your class ranking, whether or not you become valedictorian or salutatorian, that sort of stuff. So I don't think they're useless so far. Let's keep going.
if you're a pre-med student, you're not going to be able to skip through anything. Except BU, all my credit did jack shit. As you guys know, like, you can look up which colleges take what scores from, like, when you take the AP.
So she basically says that as a pre-med student, her credits didn't really help her. That's true. When it comes to med school, if you're taking a STEM course like AP Bio, AP Chem, that sort of stuff, they want the actual college course. So very few med schools will let you pass out of first year bio with an AP score. If you want to check out which medical schools do, go to the AAMC website and you can kind of see their application requirements for STEM for med school.
You look up which colleges take what scores from, like, when you take the AP exam and then what it does for you. And it said BU, like, takes 4s and 5s. Nobody ever tells you that when you're pre-med, they don't really care. There were a bunch of people who were pissed freshman year, the first day of freshman year, they got, like, 5s on the AP chemistry in high school, and then they couldn't skip Gen Chem because they had to take it through the university. They had to take it with the lab component, pre-lab lecture, discussion. Couldn't skip through or, like, do something else. It really doesn't do anything.
So here's the thing. I can see the point that you're like, oh my gosh, I worked so hard, I got this credit, and then I can't even skip this class. But I'm going to say if you end up being a pre-med or something like that, it's oftentimes better to retake the test because then you're refreshing your foundational knowledge. You're getting a chance to boost your STEM GPA for med school. So this is purely from the med school perspective, right? For students who have that kind of long-term plan, I'm like, yeah, why not retake the class? It can only help you, right?
Which works in my favor because in high school, those AP exams were, like, the death of me. Like, I literally hated them. And I only did good on, like, a couple. So I'm just glad that, like, I don't really care, but so many people have issues.
I hear this comment a lot from people who are like,
Oh my gosh, I can't do it. I hate tests.
and then I'm thinking long term, like, okay, you're a pre-med person, you want to go into med school. I'm like, what do you think getting into med school is going to be like? You have all these tests, you have your MCATs, you have your boards, you have all the tests that you have to take in med school. Like, if you can't withstand a 3/3.5 hour test in high school, I'm concerned about you going forward when the tests just become more intense and even longer.
Okay, but so many people had issues, like, they couldn't skip through multiple classes and they had to take a university-based class so that med school would accept it. So then it's just like, why does it even matter? Stupid. But that's a GPA boost, so highly recommend doing that. But, like, otherwise you don't need to freak out about the AP exams.
I agree that you shouldn't freak out about AP exams, but I think for depending on the type of student that you want to be, taking the exams can be very appropriate for you, especially if you're going to a college that focuses heavily on giving exams to its students.